to the Pantless podcast. And now your hosts, Austin and Travis. Take it away, guys.
Welcome to the Pantless podcast. This is going to be the first ever ASMR video where we're going to go and do some weird sounds for you, like this. Oh, yeah. I'm Travis.
Nice.
This is Austin. And no, I'm just messing with you. Welcome back to season 3, episode
Oh my gosh,
2.
that was funny.
Oh man, I couldn't. I was like, how far can I keep this?
That was the perfect sound.
I actually had that
fantastic.
on my desk for the last 30 minutes going, oh yeah, that's going in the intro. I want to drink it now, but I need to open this.
Oh yeah. Oh goodness. So
I'm like, how long can I keep that going? Yeah. Welcome back, guys.
yeah,
Oh man.
this is season 3, episode 2.
2. I actually got the numbers
Yeah.
right. Heck yeah.
Yeah, I forgot already.
Yeah, we're so far into the season.
Yeah.
So, yeah, welcome back to all our all you audio people are going to get a kick out of that one.
Yeah. I know
Yeah.
you love that.
Soft talking. My mic's over here now, out of camera, so if I want to get close to it, I got to come over here out of camera. It's weird. I don't like it. Probably got to stay that way, though.
It's fine. I worked on really hard on getting my my mic set up of how my new monitor situation is. Like my mic was on my right, and then my monitor that I use to see everything was on my left. And so if I'm like looking at information, you can like barely hear me through the mic because it's way over here. And I'm like, okay, I gotta fix that. So I got that all fixed. And then my wife, yeah, you can't be in. We're gonna be pricing for a yard sale. So
God dang it!
Kick me to the bedroom.
See, my main issue is Discord is over here, but my camera is right here. So I was feeling most of the podcast is me looking like this. You're seeing the side of my face.
Right, but
I got to remember to look at my camera.
Our audio getting the best.
Yeah,
they're getting full vocal.
Yeah.
So
well, it used to be back here. So, but enough of that. Welcome back. Like, comment, and subscribe. We'll get that out of the way early. Give us a good rating on whatever podcast application you decide to listen to us on.
Yep.
And what have you been up to there?
Man, I don't know if you saw. I tweeted us because we had a mutual acquaintance of ours was talking about the podcast, and he mentioned several movies that we should review.
He did. He talked to me today at work.
Okay, good. Okay, yeah, because he mentioned them. I think it was yesterday that he talked to me, and I said, I'm going to forget all of those, but I did remember 2 of them. So I tweeted those 2 to you, saying,
did you tweet them to me personally, or did you...
No, it was to the Pantless.
Why am I not seeing it on our...
I don't know. I don't know if I Twitter properly. I said at the Pantless pod. I said something. But he mentioned Soylent Green and Logan's Run.
Yes, yes.
So I had never heard of either.
I've heard of Logan's Run, but the other one, new movie to me. But he claimed they were retro movies. I'm like, you're an odd individual, sir. And if you're listening, yeah, I mean it.
Yeah.
Because hey, I think this individual was our newest subscriber to our YouTube channel. We're up to 14. Big time.
Snap! All right.
Halfway being canceled. By like a tenth of the way, but I mean, all right. I don't know how to Twitter, so we'll figure this out.
I don't know, but anyway, that basically all I did was because I knew I was going to forget, so I like went to break real fast because while I'm working. I went to break real fast, shot that tweet out, finished the remainder of my break because I don't take short breaks. That's inappropriate. Went back to work, but I do recall that. So I don't know if we should
15-minute breaks whenever I break
Logan's Run, or I say since you've heard of that one, we do that one.
I'll have to. Well,
if we can find it.
How about we start some retro movie review?
Retro movie review.
What'd you think?
I liked it. My wife did not. She found Mr. Holland. She did not like him as a person. She thought he was grumpy, and so maybe I'm relating. So I can relate to him. But I thought the story was fantastic. It was very real. It wasn't like one of these like outlandish, like, oh, this could only happen to like special individuals. It's like, no, this could be anybody.
Yeah, we actually started watching it last night, and I forgot that it was a 2.5-hour movie. It was a long movie. We're like, this movie's got to almost be over, so we paused it last night at like 9 o'clock to lay the kids down. And I was like, we still have an hour left in this movie. Finishing it tomorrow.
Yeah. And
we finished it about an hour and a half ago. So I'm going to admit, I'm going to throw down some. You guys are going to have to bear with me. There were some eye-watering moments in that movie.
There was some it was some pretty potential,
a little bit when he sang and signed the John Lennon song to his son near the end. Holy crap!
Mm-hmm.
Just become just a crying baby, you know. That moment when his son calls him some names and signs right before that, the eye opening. It's like, okay, yeah, tears. I'm an old softie.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and then the ending when he.
Yeah.
Got to perform.
Yeah. No, it was a great movie.
Yeah,
I'm a fan of the movies that follow one individual across like many years. That's like a 30-year gap movie.
Yeah.
Started in 65 and ended in 95.
Yep.
And I mean, just a great movie. Really took me back to my days of playing band in high school. So a lot of nostalgia there, even though I was in school in the late 90s. So
right.
But yeah, really good movie. I enjoyed it. If you watched it with us, comment down below what you think.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Yeah. What did Metacritic think about it?
I didn't even look it up, to be honest with you, because I didn't want to be just. No, I didn't.
I'm curious. I want to know the Metacritic and Sense Media. I know all that jazz. All that jazz. I bet Metacritic gave it an 8.
8?
That's what I got. Or are they on a?
They're on a 100 scale.
80.
Oof.
That's what I bet.
Oof.
Not so good. Not so good.
59 critic.
Ooh.
7.3 user.
Okay.
The critics are horrible.
That's pretty rough. I would have thought it seemed like a critic-type movie.
It seems like it would be a movie that would have really scored well with critics.
Pretty surprising.
Let's see what some Common Sense Media's got. 90s drama about inspiring teacher has some cursing. Let's get into this. I disagree right off the bat. Well, okay.
I learned some curse words in sign language that I didn't know about. Can I show this on screen, or should I not? I will.
Yeah, we'd have to bleep it out in editing.
Right. If I won't say it out loud, I shouldn't show it in the hands.
When he did that in that rant, me and my wife looked at each other and were like, is that what we thought it would be? And then he had to ask, and I'm like, yeah. Thanks for explaining that one.
Yeah.
I'm using that at work.
Oh, God.
All right. Positive messages, 3 out of 5. Music and arts.
3 out of 5. Oh my!
The next score will redeem it. Music and arts education are promoted heavily throughout the film, as are rights for the disabled. The importance and positive impact an inspired teacher can have on individuals as well as the larger community. I've noticed watching older movies, you realize how poorly treated disabled people were in the 1900s all the way up through till 2000. Like, I've watched some movies from the 60s where it's like they treat disabled people horrible.
Yeah.
It's like, oh wow, times have changed.
Yeah.
Some of them are like, wow, this movie is hard to watch.
Yeah.
Positive role models and representation. Click on the stupid thing. 5 out of 5. Positive role models and representations.
There we go.
See, I told you it'd redeem itself.
All
Despite his initial reluctance to get into the field, Mr. Holland is a tirelessly dedicated teacher who makes time to help his students succeed in music and in life, often at the expense of his own dreams of being a successful composer. He finds it difficult to make time for his family and a challenge to bond with a hearing-impaired son, but he finds a way to show his love for his son by finding a way to communicate music in a way besides sound. How did you respond when you found out alongside him in the movie about his son being deaf?
Well, at first I thought kid died. I was like, oh, this is sad. So I was kind of relieved when they said that he was just deaf, and I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Woohoo!
So,
Dodged a bullet
exactly.
on that one.
Exactly.
Had you seen this movie before?
I was really... I had never seen it before.
Okay, see, I'd seen the movie before, so...
Yeah, so I didn't know. So, yeah, to me, it was... Maybe if I would have seen it later, I don't know. But, but you understand it's rough because his passion is...
Exactly.
So, the fact that his son is deaf, that is super heartbreaking and just by itself. So, yeah.
So, sex is going to get a 2 out of 5. A brief discussion about sex. A woman tells her husband how, as a teen, she had wished a teacher she had a crush on could have taken me home at any time.
Yeah.
An obvious attraction forms between a high school senior and her music teacher. He composes a song for her. She asks him to leave with her on the boat. How do you think that scene was going to go?
I'm like, don't do it. Yeah, I didn't. I was actually surprised at the kiss on the cheek.
Yeah, I thought that was like, wow.
I was like, it's a little. He should have just let her go.
I was expecting him to kind of cut to like the corner and his wife be standing there watching him, like sitting in the car watching that interaction.
I was,
but
too.
I was surprised that she didn't come back at the end. You didn't see her because
I thought she would have been there too.
The redhead clarinet girl was the mayor.
She was the governor, wasn't she?
Governor.
The governor of Oregon.
And then was it in Oregon? Because I can never remember where the movie actually took place.
Yeah, it was. I believe it was Oregon.
Okay. The kid that he took out to the funeral of the other kid.
Yeah.
He was at the end. He's the one that he talked to him at the end, because you see him interact in class. He tells the kid to give him an essay. Then he finds out that the one boy that he taught to drum, which was what
is his name?
I looked his name. He's a famous. He.
Yeah, he's super famous. And there was also that Whitaker guy was in there for like a brief moment.
He was one of the mourning family in the funeral scene.
It was like a brief moment. You're just like, oh man, and like I looked it up, and it was both their it was like their third movie ever.
Oh yeah, the
like,
one.
And they're always just in like small roles. They haven't been superstars yet.
It's gonna hurt not remembering who. I'm looking it up right now because it's like I just saw the name. Terrence Howard,
yeah.
I believe he was Rhodey in Iron Man. One of the Iron Man. Was he not? Was he not the original in the first one?
I think he was. Yeah.
And then they moved.
I forgot about that. He became that guy.
Yeah.
I can't think of his name now. Ugh,
as soon as I saw him, I was like, man.
But yeah,
I know who that is. Yeah. He was there at the end. Probably one of my favorite characters in the whole movie was the football coach. That guy was hilarious.
Yeah.
And that's one of those rare interactions between a head football coach and the music teacher. You just don't see those two professions getting along in high school.
Yeah. But
at least not where I came from.
The football coach, though, he minored in dance. He was a military guy.
That scene was hilarious. When he tried to propose that, and he gets up and does that movie was good. Language, 2 out of 5. A-hole is spoken and signed in ALS. Bull blank. And then some other. Not very many bad words. It actually was a very clean movie. No consumerism, which I mean.
Yeah.
They did mention a Chevelle.
Did they mention the Chevelle?
Yeah, the car that he was driving at the very beginning, and then the one that his son fixed up and was driving at the end. The old 1960s.
Yeah, they showed it, but I didn't really.
He drove up in it in his first day as a teacher, and William H. Macy, the vice principal, was like, "Oh, I see you got a Chevelle. Did you not hear that those are possibly being recalled?" He's like, "I'll drive it till the wheels fall off," and he's like, "That could be tomorrow." That was that car. 1 out of 5. Drinking, drugs, and smoking. Cigarette smoking. That's back when a lot of this movie was back when teachers could smoke in the teacher's lounge.
Yeah.
Actually, it wasn't that long ago if you really think about it. Talking with a disruptive student after class, the teacher asks the student if he is stoned. That's the one character I was talking about. Beer drinking, and casual situation. Actually, a very clean movie, in my opinion. But Metacritic doesn't really say to let your children watch it.
Yeah, and that's one of those ones that it would probably be more geared to an older kid anyway. I don't think my kids would be able to sit through that.
There's not a lot going on that would really keep children entertained.
Right.
Okay, so I'm looking at Logan's Run here, 1976.
Yeah. Okay.
In the year 2274, young residents enjoy an idyllic, hedonistic lifestyle with the protective confines of a domed city. The general belief is that when each person turns 30, they are reincarnated for another blissful life cycle. Those who know the much darker truth become runners and flee into a hidden sanctuary.
I say we try to find it.
I will look for... Wait, well, we want to have a backup movie that's on something we could watch? I was thinking of something the other day.
Probably should.
Shoot, I watched Wayne's World Wednesday.
What, did you?
Yeah, it's a good one. But I just watched it, so I feel like I'd be cheating if I watched it literally.
Right. It would be cheating.
Yeah.
I don't know, one that we mentioned before that I think is on Disney Plus that I've never Willow.
Very good movie. We watched that. Well, I could watch that one every day. I love that.
Have you recently watched it?
About a month ago.
Don't either.
I found what. Do you ever use Tubi?
I don't think so.
It's a free streaming service on Roku app. I saw Neverending Story on that one.
It's a good one.
We were actually going to watch it, and I ended up watching... Oh, okay. I just got done watching it. We were actually going to watch... We were going to watch Neverending Story, and I got on there, because I'd been messing around on Tubi earlier in the day, and I think the movie's called... what was the name of that movie? It's an old Jackie Chan movie. Showdown in the Bronx, I think.
Hmm.
And I clicked on it, and I was looking through some suggested, and me and the wife watched an old movie called The Quest.
The Quest.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
I don't think I've seen it.
It's a very good movie. We watched that one the other night too. We were going to watch Neverending Story and ended up watching The Quest instead. I'm currently actually looking to see where I could find a Street Fighter movie to watch.
Any Street Fighter movie?
I found all the animated ones are on Tubi, but I can't find any of the live action ones. I think there was only two.
How many live action were there?
One or two. I thought there was two. There's a really bad one and one that was not as bad.
Are you talking about the one that came out? Okay,
I think one that had
was it Chun-Li? Like it was like based around Chun-Li, I think.
I think so. Didn't one of them have didn't Van Damme play Guile?
Yeah, that was in the first one.
Yeah,
that was like in the 90s. But yeah, I do think early 2000. I'm pretty sure there was another live action movie. And that's gonna bother me. But I think you're right. There was another one. It really wasn't that bad either, if I remember right. I think I was in school.
So it looks like Logan's Run is available on Hulu Premium, Sling TV Premium, and that's about it. Then you have to pay for
Premium.
I don't use Hulu.
Yeah, and I don't have premium anything. I have Hulu, but nothing premium about it.
That's true.
So, what about the other one?
I can't. You kept saying the name of the other one. What was the name of the other movie?
Soylent Green. Soylet. One word. Soylent Green.
Soy.
Soylent.
I typed in SOY and it popped up like immediately.
There you go. See, it knows. It's listening to us.
Oh yeah, my computer listens to me. Except for when it doesn't want me to do anything, and then it actually refuses to listen to me. This was a 1973 movie. Well, I can't believe that. Every once in a while, I'd be like, is this on Netflix? And they're like, yeah, go watch it on Netflix. And you go look it up, and it's not on Netflix.
Does it say it's on Netflix?
It said so, but I'm going to look on my phone here and see if it is. I'm trying to think of some other movies.
He also mentioned Demolition Man. I do remember that.
He did. That's a really good...
There were a few. I'm trying to think of the other ones that he mentioned. But he's really into that dystopian, future stuff. That's what he's into.
He said he likes to watch movies that are set way back, that were made back in the 70s and 80s that are like, in 2020.
That was another one. 1984 was another one that he mentioned. That George Orwell book turned into a movie. I just think we should do him some service. We said we'd watch something that they said.
Neither one of those are on here. But when I typed in Logan's Run, it came up with the original Total Recall.
Okay.
You don't know that movie, do you?
Nope.
What? It's an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. Total Recall.
Haven't seen it.
It's got some things you wouldn't want to see in it. 3 of them.
What?
We'll talk later.
Yeah, weird.
I mean, we could totally just say we're gonna do Willow this week, because I could totally watch Willow. I love that movie.
I say we try to watch one of this guy's movies if we can. If we can find Demolition Man or 1984.
So if anybody finds any of these movies on a streaming service that we can use, let us know midweek. Well, after this episode drops, let us know. We're either going to watch Willow, which that's our fallback movie. I'll probably watch it anyway. Soylent Green or Logan's Run.
Or Demolition Man or 1984.
What was the last? 1984?
Yeah, it's based on a book by George Orwell, and I think there were 2 movies made. One maybe in the 50s or 60s, and then another one in the 80s.
Okay.
Either one.
Okay, so Logan's Run's not on Amazon Prime either.
Oh yeah, that's a thing.
I always forget to look when I'm looking for movies on Soylent Green's not on there either. You can buy them, but I'm not buying any of these movies.
No.
I don't buy movies on Amazon Prime. I think I've bought one movie on Amazon streaming, and that was October Sky, because it's worth buying. We could totally do that one. That movie
is that the one with the little boy who is like a music savant?
No, that's August Rush.
Oh yeah, okay.
Another really good movie. Really good Robin Williams cameo movie. That movie is great. And I always forget that movie exists.
I remember August Rush, but I don't. What is October Sky? I don't know if I know that one.
October Sky is the one. It's got Jake Gyllenhaal, and he's wanting to fly rockets, but he grew up in a mining town.
Oh, okay, yeah. I do remember that one.
He's got a science teacher that's trying to push him to, because he's super smart, and she's trying to push him to do science stuff, and his dad doesn't want him to do science stuff, and they end up flying this rocket. And I think it happens in like West Virginia. In like the 50s kind of thing. Really good movie. Like Jake Gyllenhaal's like 16 in that movie. And in real life. He's like like one of the first movies he actually, I couldn't find it anywhere. And was like, I really want to watch it. So we ended up buying it on Amazon. So I own it on my Amazon account. Streaming. But yeah, we'll see what we can do to find those movies. Because I know we can watch Willow. It's on my watch list on Disney+. Another movie I'm excited about, not retro, came out today that I'm probably going to jump on HBO Max free subscription over the weekend to watch. New Mortal Kombat.
Oh, I'm ready for that one too.
It came out today on HBO Max. Streaming only. I think it's in theaters too.
It's in theaters, yeah.
But you can watch it on HBO Max.
Yeah. I've been wanting to watch that new Godzilla. I've been wanting to go to a theater and watch it. I have not done it. So I think if I don't go tomorrow to watch it, then I'll probably just watch it on TV. I want the loud roars, screeches in my ears, but
see, I'm not a theater person anymore. I'd rather just sit at home and watch it.
But you have to admit that there'd be something about like Godzilla screeching like behind you and like off to your left, and you're like, oh my gosh, he's there.
I'm really not a big Godzilla person either. I'm just not. I've never been I don't mind. I'll go watch a Godzilla movie. My son's real big into Godzilla right now. I don't really care. I probably will end up watching that movie, but I'm not going to pay extra for it.
Right.
Mortal Kombat? Yes. I'll pay extra for that one. Well, I'm not going to pay anything for it because I'm going to try to get a free trial for HBO Max, because I can get a free trial, like a free 7 or 30-day trial, watch that movie, and then just cancel it almost immediately.
Yeah.
I had that subscription for 32 hours. I'm good.
Yeah. I definitely want to catch that.
I'm trying to think of some other retro movies that we could jump into. I'm going to have to bring a list. Because there's some like old like retro mini series that we could totally watch. But those are kind of getting hard to find.
You know what we should do if we don't get any suggestions? We should get like somebody's, I'm sure they're out there, like Time Magazine top 100 movie, and then we'll just pick one of the, whatever it is, and we'll go down the list.
Yeah.
100 greatest movies of all time, or top 50 greatest movies of all time, or whatever. Those could be our fallbacks. Like, if one of the top, what's the top movie on this list that is the one?
So
watch it.
I just searched top movie Metacritic top movies, and I'm on Metacritic looking. This is the all-time best movies rated on Metacritic. Citizen Kane scored a 100. The Godfather, a 100.
What?
A movie called Rear Window from 1954, 100. Citizen Kane was from 1941. I've heard of that movie but never watched it.
I've never seen any of these movies.
Casablanca.
I've never heard of Rear.
Casablanca got 100. A movie called Boyhood got 100. Some of these I haven't. Singing in the Rain got a 99. Gypped. The original Pinocchio from 1940 got a 99.
Oh, we could find that on Disney Plus, I'm sure.
Walt Disney's Pinocchio. Some of these movies are like, I Ooh, have you ever watched Pan's Labyrinth? I saw it as a suggestion on something I was looking at. It's an R-rated movie. It rated a 98. Is it the one I think it is? Because I think it's the one that's in Spanish, isn't it? It's a Guillermo del Toro. Guillermo del Toro. I can never say that name right.
Guillermo del Toro.
Which I really like. He was amazing in the first Guardians of the Galaxy.
Who was he?
Played the Collector. The guy that was always... And they blew up his lab.
Oh, yeah.
He was in the second one as well. But he's a great director as well. I want to say Pan's Labyrinth was a movie that was all in Spanish.
You might be right. So I
remember watching it, and we had to watch it under subtitles because it was never dubbed in English. I think that's that movie. I may be getting that one mixed up with a different one. But, oh man, I can't think of anything else. I'm all out of ideas for the night, boss. Do you have a good song to suggest to you?
Do you?
Yeah.
Give me a song. I've heard some amazing songs, but I took pictures of, like, whatever the song would be on, and my radio would have, like, who was singing it. I would take pictures of it so I could see the artist and title. But I'm on my phone. I can't tell you. But my suggestion, something that I heard today that I haven't heard in a long time, but it's oldie but a goodie. I was listening to Spoken's Moment of Imperfect Clarity album. I think is what it was called.
Okay.
Little band from Fayetteville, but they are fantastic.
Is that Spoken?
Yeah, Spoken.
I've heard of them.
Yeah, they've been around a while. Put out a lot of stuff. But that their first album, awesome. Trying to think of what would be the best song off of that album. They had I know Promise was one of their bigger songs from that album. That was pretty good. Gosh, blanking. There's one that I really, really like. I can't even think of it right now.
So I had to pull up the YouTube video for the one I was going to suggest because I can't find the song on Amazon Music. So I think it's too new. But YouTube channel that I've suggested about that pastor and his son that reviews metalcore stuff.
Yeah.
Their newest video was they reviewed a song about, you know who Tom MacDonald is?
Yeah.
He has a new song out called Church.
Okay.
That's really good. Now, disclaimer, I've listened to some of his other stuff. He's not exactly... He likes to push political boundaries, from what I understand.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of his music is explicit, but this song is actually a clean song.
Oh, interesting.
And it's got a really good message in it. These guys talk about it. These guys kind of dissect the song. Really good song. They reviewed a couple of his songs, but I listened to it and went, I think I can listen to this guy. And I went and looked him up on other streaming services. Like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, he's a pretty interesting guy.
Yeah, but everything I've ever heard from him, I'm like, okay, okay. Don't like this.
A lot of his stuff is like stuff that can't really say is wrong, but if you said that it was right, you might get in trouble. You're like, not that can't say. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong.
It gets me. It gets me that with all the cancel culture going on in the world right now, he's still releasing all this controversial stuff, and everybody's like, "Oh, just Tom."
Right, but it's also because he plays both sides. Like, he's not one-sided. He's like both sides of political argument. You guys both kind of suck.
Because they do, but
so you're like you want to cancel him, but at the same time he's saying that those other guys suck. So I guess he's one of those guys where you're just like, whatever, just
yeah.
Bleh.
I mean, if you get on your computer later and you look at it, if that exact song's on Spotify, you should add it.
Okay, I want to look at it because I've heard a bunch of songs. People are over like, listen to all these songs, and like, so they like sat there and we watched like all of the YouTubes that he had. They were like, look at this one, and look at this one. But that Church never came up.
I think I want to say because they dropped the video for that song a week ago, and I think in their opening of that song, in that opening of that video, they said that song had just released, and their first recording, they tried to record an episode and had some technical difficulties. So I think it's a new song.
Yeah, check it out.
Okay, so on Tom MacDonald's YouTube channel, he dropped the music video 4 weeks ago.
Okay,
literally like some of the suggestions of videos when I typed in him is, this song literally made me mad. Like people's reactions to some of his stuff. That's fair. Just
yeah.
Get over it. I make people mad daily. Get over it.
That's true. You do.
So,
you do.
Well, all right. Anything else?
I think we're good, man.
I think we're good.
I think we're good.
I think I had a lot of ideas going into this episode, and as soon as I hit the record button, they just
this was
float right out of my brain.
That's fine. That's what episode 3 is about. It's our makeup episode.
Yeah. So, I guess that'll
wrap up
this week.
Tweet us, Pantless Pod 1. Let us know. Find us on YouTube.
And when we figure out the Twitters, we will start doing more.
We got to figure out how that works, because I thought I did it right, but you're not seeing it, so it makes me think I did it wrong.
I will admit that I ignore a lot of stuff on Twitter on my personal account, so I may have seen it at one point. You probably tagged me and not.
I mean, is our podcast Twitter account really blowing up that much? Where like my is
good God, no.
Way down the list of things.
I'm looking at it right now, and the last thing that was tagged or tweeted by us was April 2nd.
Maybe I messed up then.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my guess, and I don't see anything in notification. Well, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Yeah.
So, come follow us at the Pantless Pod 1, the Pantless Podcast at gmail.com.
Yep. That's right.
Email us there. Come follow. Give us a subscribe on the old YouTubes. Come, comment on our videos. Like I said, give us a review on your favorite podcast app.
Yeah, and let us know what you're listening to us on.
Come let us know.
Just for fun. Say, are you guys on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify? Oh, I've opened up. Really wanted to open up with this, but I didn't. But remember, we were talking about that music, and I was going to try to throw that song in the episode on our podcast.
Yeah.
I see you you found it.
I found it.
Okay.
Yeah. It took me just a small amount of digging.
Okay.
Go on.
But I found out that if you add music to your podcast, that podcast only be distributed on Spotify. So we would lose. We would lose and over 50% of our podcast people are from Apple Podcasts.
Oh, yeah.
And I think like 25% are Spotify. So anyway, we're not big enough to make that kind of wall yet. We need as many platforms as possible.
We need to spread out as much as we can there.
Yeah, so we'll wait for the music, and then maybe when we get a payday like Joe Rogan, we'll get like $1 million contract from Spotify, then we'll start putting music in our podcast. But so until then, just look for our Pantless podcast or the Pantless playlist on Spotify, and you'll hear we add our talk about to that, so you can do it.
And find us on the socials and on the social pages, and let us know what you think about our playlist.
Yep.
Tell us what you like to listen to. We'll add your stuff to it.
Yeah.
We want to grow this playlist.
We have the power. Anyway.
Power. Bye.
Let's bounce. Bye, guys.
Have a good one.